Hey guys, Shadow here. So similar for what they did for set 2, they are releasing cards individually for set 3. So we're going to review all the Path of Radiance cards that are going to be released. So starting off, we have level 1 Ike. So in order for you to get his first ability, you need to have another card under him. So how do you do that if he's a level 1? So you have two options. You can use a Lindsey Ax effect, which we'll talk about later, or you can level him up to a level 2, then back to a level 1. But is that really worth it to get that plus 10 boost? I don't know. It doesn't seem very great to me. Next we have level 5 Ike. So his first ability gives him range, which is okay. And his second ability, when you have 3 cards under him, you can discard 1 Ike when you destroy something by battle, and then all your units gain plus 30. So this is pretty cool, because usually we see that you have to discard a main character card and flip 3 cards face down in order for you to get those effects with the other lords. And his last ability, when you have 4 cards under him, which is pretty cool, takes a little work, but if you get there, he gets plus 10 power and destroys 2 orbs. This is pretty cool because then you'll have an 80 base lord during both players' turn. Next we have a Lindsey Ax. So this girl sets up for everything in this deck, and I think she's going to be really important, like an Elise in a Marth deck. So by tapping her and flipping 1 bond, which is a pretty low cost, you can select 1 card in your graveyard and then put it under one of your units that are on the field right now. And then this counts as class changing them, and then you don't get your draw however, but it does count as class changing them, so you get your class change effects, and then you can get all your level up effects later on. So she ties this whole deck together. I definitely think she's going to be really important and probably a 4 of in deck. So next we got Soren. He's one of my favorite characters of all games, and his ability is okay. So every time you level up a card once per turn, you get a draw card and discard a card. So it gives the deck sort of like a draw engine. However, I don't think they should have made it so you have to discard the card or discard a card after you draw it, because in a Marth deck you can generate advantage so easily and it's so easy to do. This is harder to do and you discard a card, so it just seems a little bit subpar in that part, but it's still pretty good. And next we have Titania. So her effect works like most other cards in the deck. She allows you to level up cards, but her level up area is from the support area, which is pretty cool. So when you check a support and you have that card on the field, you can actually level it up right there, and there's no cost for it. The main drawback I see for this card is that it has a 10 support, and usually 10 supports, you don't want to run too many of them. So I definitely see myself running a 2 of her, but definitely not 4 just because of that 10 support. And last off, we have Metheny. So her ability gives her power during your turn for each card underneath it. So it seems really good at first, because during your turn when you attack, it's going to be like 80 base or 90 base. But she's already a 7 base fighter, so she's going to be a pretty good main character option because we already saw pictures of her level 1 form. But if she is your main character, during your turn, she's going to be 80 base anyways, so do you really want to waste resources putting cards underneath it to make her like 90 base? That's kind of overkill, honestly, in my opinion. But overall, she's a really good card, and I can definitely see her being a viable main character option. So there have been other cards that have been announced, but we're not going to talk about those until they're put up on the Twitter page. This will save us other things to talk about in the future. I'm really liking how this whole archetype works with leveling up from other places. It's really, really cool, and I'm really excited to see how this whole thing ties together. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.